Hi Flosstube! My name's Natalia and this is my channel, Official Mermaids Cove, where I share my cross-stitching hobby. Thank you to all my returning subscribers, and if you stumble across this channel, hopefully you like what I have to share with you. So this video is going to be a weekly update. It's been a week since my last update, so I'm going to go over what I've been stitching on, any haul that I've gotten, my plans moving forward, and some shoutouts. So first things first, I finished my Blue Lagoon Mermaid from Bella Filipina. This is one of their treasures. This was one of the exclusives for the 2023 Mermaid box from Under the Sea. And she's finished. I substituted the beads, but they're pretty close to the called for colors. And I substituted the treasure too. There's a treasure here in this shell. But yet she's so sparkly. I don't know if, you know, a lot of this isn't really I mean, you can't really get the full effect of all this sparkle and all the embellishments without seeing it in person, but she looks so pretty. This was done on amphitrite opalescent fabric dyed by Under the Sea fabrics. It was included. The Mermaid box had all kitted up projects with fabrics from Leslie at Under the Sea Fabrics, and I got the 16 count Ada box with opalescent fabrics. And I stitched her 2 threads over 1 block of Ada. And I beaded it. I did a bead with me video if you want to check my channel out, if you're interested in that. I showed you how I secured the treasure and some of the other beads. And gave some tips on how I approach beading on my projects like this. I just used a thread that matched the fabric, and I did a half stitch for the smaller beads, and then for the treasure I did like 4 stitches to secure that in place. But yes, I'm super happy. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with this yet, so for right now it's going to get rolled up with my other finishes, but I'm glad to have this done. And since I finished a mermaid, I went ahead and started a different mermaid. I'll insert a picture for what this one's going to look like. This is called Siren of the Seas. It's a pattern by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I am stitching on this for Stitching on Autumn Lane. It's a SAL that we're doing in the Autumn Lane Facebook group, but you can use that hashtag there or on Instagram. You can also tag me on Instagram. I'm also Official Mermaids Cove on Instagram. I'd be very interested in seeing what you're working on. Autumn Lane Stitchery has a lot of different designs. They have mermaid patterns, but they also have a lot of Halloween patterns, and it is the spooky season, so a lot of people are working on those. I'd be interested in seeing what you're working on. If you have started one of their patterns, I love them. They're one of my favorite designers. But so here's my start. I am doing this on a 22 count hardened grid that I hand dyed with some red dye. I am doing it 2/1 tent. And the coverage is actually really good. I'm actually considering this for some of my other full coverage charts that I have waiting to be started. So this is part of the mermaid's tail. I got 542 stitches in, so that's about 4% of the pattern. There's still quite a bit left to go. I think there's still like 12,890 stitches to go on this. But yeah, I really like how it's looking on the fabric, and I hope to get more progress on this. The other project is the one that I've been working on for my friend. Her birthday's next month, so I want to try to get this done. I'm actually on track to get this done maybe sooner than I was planning, so that'll give me some time to, I was thinking maybe a wall hanging for this. This, I can insert a picture of what it's going to look like here. I bought this as a kit from Leanne at Forbidden Fiber Co., and it's called God Creates Dinosaurs. The full pattern is supposed to say God creates dinosaurs, God destroys dinosaurs, God creates man, man destroys God, man creates dinosaurs, dinosaurs eat man, and women inherits the earth. It's from Jurassic Park. My friend loves dinosaurs, and she loves Jurassic Park, so hopefully she'll love it. This is where I've gotten I've done 3,750 stitches since the last time you saw this. And there's only 2,000 or so stitches left to go. So I have to finish stitching. There's 2 words that say dinosaur up here. There's a whole additional quote down here with the other colored lipstick stain that I haven't stitched with yet, but I'm hoping to see how that looks up against this. I bought the kit again, so I'm using all threads dyed by Leanne. No, that doesn't do that. Here's the lipstick stain. The lip stain, that's what it is. But yeah, these are all Forbidden Fabric threads. I'm stitching this on 25 count prehistoric Lugana, and I'm stitching this 2/2. You can see the ground cloth on the stitches. If I bring it close, you can kind of tell, maybe. But I like how that it's looking. And it's really popping on this fabric. So, yep, I am 66% on this one. I'm hoping to maybe finish that this week. We'll see. And then I'll have to try to figure out what fabric I'm going to finish that with. And then I have one more whip that I've been working on, and that is, I'll insert a picture here. It's called I Tried. It's by the Cross Stitch Studio. I'm doing this for my husband. He's a really big Grinch fan, and I'm stitching this on 28 count MCG Textiles even weave. Since the last time you saw this, I've stitched 2,466 stitches, and we're officially at 9%. This is a really big pattern. I've stitched quite a bit on this this past week, and there's still plenty to go. So I did the big red check. It was a nice change for colors compared to all the green I've put in and all the yellow and lighter greens here in the checkbox. I'm planning on filling this checkbox and then stitching the I Tried, and then maybe moving up. I don't know if I want to move up or if I finish stitching this box and the I Tried, I can maybe count down to the first string of Christmas lights down here, and maybe start working. If I do the Christmas lights all the way down, I might be able to start working on the Grinch. The Christmas lights are a bit less stitching than like these words and the, well, it feels like it would be because, you know, you're getting a lot of smaller finishes. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's where I am with that. I can talk about my stitching numbers real quick. Right now, I have a total of 13 whips since I finished my Blue Lagoon Mermaid. I have a total balance of 272,947 stitches to complete all of my whips, and I have a margin of 27,053 stitches to maybe start a new whip, which I might already have plans for, so we'll talk about that here in a little bit. For the past week, I count my weeks from Sunday to Saturday, so the last week from the 6th to the 12th, I stitched 6,052 stitches, and we're already a good start to this week. I've already got, it looks like I already have 3,000 stitches stitched up. I did stitch a bit on my dinos already today, and I hope to stitch on my, I Tried, and maybe a little bit on Siren. We'll see. So yeah, those are my numbers. I can go into haul and then talk about what I alluded to as far as another start. First things first, I won Ted Lynn's Flosstube. I think it was a Flosstube giveaway. I don't think it was an Instagram one. And I received this in the mail this week. Look at her. She looks so pretty. This is Eva. She's one of the Bewitching Pixies by Nora Corbett. She is NC224. I love her so much. I really do not stitch Halloween or witches in general. I mean, I've considered stitching Moons Out, Brooms Out from Autumn Lane, but I don't know. I'm just not a really big Halloween stitcher, but I just love like how she's in motion, how she's on the broom. You know, she has this beautiful dress on. I just love that so much. I don't know if I'm know if I'm planning on stitching her exactly like this. I'm thinking about maybe doing like a dark blue fabric, or, you know, a different sky type colored fabric, and then maybe stitching a moon in, or getting a printed fabric with a moon. I haven't decided yet. She's probably not gonna get started this year, but it's definitely a good plan start for next year, and I can start getting the materials together. But yes, I'm so happy to have won this. And maybe if, you know, I like stitching her, I might have to look into some of the other Bewitching Pixies, because they also look very interesting. So I got that, and then the other two things that I got are digital charts. I'll go ahead and insert a picture here. Tilton Crafts had a sale this past weekend. They had a 40% sale across the whole website, and I have been looking at this pattern forever. I don't know how long. I think it's been years, to be honest. And I just couldn't justify it because I had other full coverage patterns going on, and I had bought like 3 Gecko Rouge kits, and I kind of wanted to like finish a lot of those before I started other stuff. And I saw the Heaven and Earth full coverage that I haven't started yet. But I mean, the sale was just too good. I've been waiting for a sale, and I kept missing a lot of their sales, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger, and I got Deep Blue Sea. This is based off artwork by Daniel Corbett, I believe. She is beautiful. I've been doing some looking into her. I think overall she's like 66,000 stitches. I'm not going to stitch the background, but I will probably stitch her in white. So she's definitely a decent size, but not too big. I'm trying to keep my full coverage at this point under 100,000 stitches. Or close to 100,000 stitches, and so I won't need to crop or anything. She looks beautiful. I can't wait to start on her. She's probably not going to get started until some of the other things get taken care of, but she's definitely got to be on my short list for the whips I start next. The other chart that I bought, and I'll insert another picture here, this is Cauldron of Mer. It's based off of, is it Eva Dolene? I could have completely butchered that. But this is a chart from Unconventional XStitch. They recently had a terrible fire. I think I mentioned this in my last Flosstube update. They burned down their house and their business, but they can still sell PDF charts on their website. There's a lot of people in the community that have come together and tried to support them as best as possible. Apparently there's also a GoFundMe. As part of that effort, Kaylee Tent Stitch on Instagram has put out information. She and another stitcher, they're at the Stitch Up on Instagram, are hosting a giveaway. If you buy one of their patterns, the digital PDFs, and subscribe to their Instagram, you have to start the pattern before, well, one, you have to have started it after October 7th. So that's important, because October 7th is when the fire happened. So it has to be a start for a pattern that you purchased after October 7th. Then start it and tag Unconventional Cross Stitch and use the hashtag PHOENUXS new start. I'll put the hashtag here while I'm talking about it, and I'll also maybe, if you want all the details, I would go on Instagram and check out at Kaylee Tent Stitch Instagram page. She has a post on there where she explains all the details. I think you also have to, yeah, I think I mentioned following Unconventional X Stitch's Instagram account. And you can either create a post or a reel with your start. And I believe the last day to enter is November 4th. And there's only one entry per person. But if that's another incentive for you to go and support them in the midst of this tragedy and help provide them some financial relief, then by all means go check that out. I bought Cauldron of Mer. I have cropped it. The original design was over 150,000 stitches. That's a little way too big. I love this artist. I love their patterns. They have more designs in this art style on Unconventional Cross Stitch, and I've seen them. I think the one I've seen a lot of people stitching is the Rose Library. Also a very beautiful pattern, also very big. But I ended up cropping the Cauldron of Mer down to a size, and I can insert a picture of what the original looks like versus what my crop is going to be. I really liked her sitting there. I like taking baths, so just the position that she's in. And then the kitty cat. I don't have cats, but I have a little black. She's like a mini Bernedoodle. We rescued her, so we're not 100% sure that that's the kind of breed of dog that she is. But, you know, little black dog, little lap dog. So it just reminds me, she's always pawing at me too. So the kitty reaching out with its paw kind of reminded me of her. So I wanted just to capture that at the very least. So I cropped it so that at the very least I still keep those main elements of the design and the artwork. I think I've mentioned I got it down to 45,365 stitches. I might not be able to stitch this technically based off my margins if I count the full stitch count that is left on my Dracaris piece. But if I count it as 100,000 for the year, I could do it. Or if I get like 18,000 stitches done before then, because I want to start it the week of Halloween. I don't necessarily want to start it right on Halloween. I could also do that to give myself some more time. So I haven't like committed to anything as of yet. But if I were to start it the week of Halloween, like the first day, that would be October 27th. So that gives me 11 days. I don't know that I can necessarily do 18,000 stitches in 11 days. But you know, my Siren of the Seas is half cross stitch. So if I got her done in that time, so if I got her done in 11 days and still kept up with my stitch count, you know, finished God Creates Dinosaurs and got a good chunk in on I Tried, I could feasibly do that. I haven't decided the particulars about that, but I am planning on making a start and entering the giveaway. So I encourage you to do that too if you're interested. I've been looking at some fabric that I might want to start her on. Like I said, the 22 count that I've been stitching Siren of the Seas has been going really well for me. So I have this really big cut of 22 Hardanger that I dyed. That's kind of like still mostly white. It's kind of like a watercolor effect on it. And I have a really big piece. So this might be perfect to start something on that is not completely white, but I could maybe use it as like a backdrop. The way the crop that I made is like very square. So there might be some white space depending on what kind of frame I get. So it might be nice to have like a pretty watercolor effect on the background. So this might be a good fabric to start that, and maybe another full coverage. We'll see how much I have here. I think I need a 14 by 14 piece to have a 2-inch margin all the way around for Cauldron Mer with my crop version. And there's definitely enough for that. Like, I mean, this piece alone here, and this is still folded up. Like, this alone would be plenty big for that. And this is still like folded up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. So yeah, this is a really big piece. So I guess I just have to pick which square I want it to be. I mean, this wouldn't be bad for a mermaid. And this is very witchy. It's got like some greens on the edges and stuff. And I might be interested to have it like on the edges. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but I'm probably going to end up maybe starting it on this since I already have it dyed and ready and available. But we'll see. I still have to, there's 89 colors and I still haven't actually kitted it up. So we'll see how that goes. Kind of went through my plans. At least for this week, I want to finish the dinos this week. I don't know if I'm going to get that done by Saturday. I'm hoping, today's Tuesday? Yeah, no, that's 4 days. I think I'll be able to get it done. If I do 500 stitches on it every day, I should be able to get it done. Which, I don't know. I don't know how reasonable or achievable that sounds to you, but I think the way I've been stitching on it here lately, I think it'll work. Okay, so that's it for my... Yep, that's it for my plans. So as far as shoutouts go, I mean, shout out to... I want to shout out Leanne. She has a Flosstube. That's Leanne at Forbidden Fabric Co. This is the second design that I've been stitching of hers, and it's just going along so nicely. The charting is really good. The threads that I'm stitching on are really pleasant to work with. I think she also dyed this fabric. This is also from her company, so I've been really having a really nice experience with her kits. So I would definitely shout it out. She has a Flosstube channel, but you can also check out her business. She has a website where you can look through some things, and I know she's released some things here lately. I think she released maybe a mystery kit for Ursula, I believe. And I know she has other kits for some of the other Disney villains. She has other kits. And she also, I think she had a kit to provide aid for the hurricanes that have happened. So I would definitely recommend her and go and check her out. Some other people I've been watching, I've been keeping track with Siska Stitches. I feel like she's, a lot of people have been watching her. I have been meaning to go and watch more of Beck's Bins videos. She's somebody I recently started following this month. And I think I recently watched Silver Stitch's video. She has a lot of pretty projects she's working on too. Yeah, I have a lot of Flosstube I actually need to keep, like, catch up on. I might have mentioned before, I subscribe to every single Flosstuber that I come across that YouTube recommends, that somebody mentions their channel. So I definitely have a lot of videos that I go through. I try to watch them on like double speed in the background when I'm doing things around the house, doing things at work. I have a job where sometimes I'm waiting on things or I'm monitoring things, so not a lot of like mental energy is being expended. So I listen to music, or I listen to podcasts, or I listen to Flosstube. And that works out. I will mention, I've looked at the charting for the Unconventional cross stitch. This is the first chart I bought from them, but it looks really, really good. Like, there's not a bunch of random color stitches everywhere. It looks like they've been very intentional in their charting. It looks like it's going to be a really pleasant experience to stitch up, just based off of looking at the design and looking at the way that they charted it. And definitely, you know, once I start stitching it, I can show you. And if you want to wait to see mine, I might try to do a stitch with me. I haven't done a stitch with me yet, so maybe I can do that and you can see how I work on that and how I started, and decide if that's something that you're interested in pursuing. But I look forward on trying that out and seeing that. I've had really positive experiences with the Gecko Rouge kits and the charting that they have on those. And of course I love Autumn Lane Stitchery's designs. The colors that they pick, the charting is always really nice on those too. I think the only downside is that if you're a full coverage stitcher like me, you're used to using like digital software. Maybe you're not, but I am. And I like using Pattern Keeper, and Autumn Lane Stitchery's designs don't necessarily download into Pattern Keeper like that. I do get them in there to be able to track my progress, but it doesn't do where you like highlight all the stitches of one color. The Siren of the Seas pattern is actually only like 11 colors, so it's not too bad to keep track, but that might be a downside for some people. But I don't find it super difficult to put it in, at least to track your progress. And like I said, I've always loved every single whip that I finished of theirs, and I have a lot of projects. I've signed on for their mermaid box that's supposed to be shipping out at the end of this month, so I'll be super excited to see what patterns are in those as well. But yeah, I think that's everything for this video. It's kind of one of the shorter ones. I'll think about setting up my bead with me. Had a better setup last time, so maybe I'll think about a similar setup for doing a stitch with me. We'll see how it goes. In the meantime, if you have any questions, I've been thinking about how to put together my chart with me. Again, I'm not a professional designer, but I do have a chart that I've been meaning to try out and trying to design and put together that is Mirabilia inspired. I did the Portrait Queen for my sister, and I want to do a partner for that for my brother-in-law. And I have a design or an idea, inspiration picture that I got from Tilton Crafts from one of their designs, but I haven't transferred it or changed it to look more like my brother-in-law. Oh, something else. Yeah, I did. So I did purchase this. This is another one of my haul that I forgot. This was like a foam insert. I don't know. It has a hole in the end here. I mean, that'd be good for standing it up. I'm not sure what the original intent for this is, but I've seen some people do this. I can't remember where I saw this. But basically, if you're working at full coverage, you can kind of organize it. And you can do this on Pattern Keeper too. Like, you can, if you're not using a chart that has like blended colors, You can make it a blended color in Pattern Keeper and assign it a number instead of a DMC color, or you can just change the DMCs to the number. And then when they're stitching and you want to use multiple needles and multiple colors and not have to rethread your needles, you can just put your needle where the color corresponds to as far as the number on the chart, and the foam like holds it in place so it won't fall out. And it can like really hold your needle really snug until you pull it out of there. So I've kind of rigged this up right now. It's kind of like, I feel like it would be better with some rubber bands, but I had some like really extended old hair ties that I've used to secure this right now. And I'm planning on maybe using this. I could try this out with my Cauldron of Mer and see how it works out for me, and I'd report back. But it'd be nice to use this for my Dracarys piece too. That has a lot of colors. It doesn't have 105. I think it has like 72 colors maybe. Maybe more. But it's not, it's under, I believe it's under 80. But this goes up to 105. So hopefully, I need to look back and see how much my hate is. But I'm thinking maybe this will be enough to get me started, and then I still have a little bit of space down here if I need to add more numbers. But yeah, I'm looking forward to trying this out and maybe saving myself some time while I'm stitching some of my full coverage. Unless there's a little idea for you if you want to try that out. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed and keeps engaging with me. I love the people. I'm seeing new people every day leave comments and ask questions and get feedback on some of the things that I'm sharing. So I'm loving engaging with the community like that. If you like what you see in my videos, please give this video a like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and see if you like the other stuff that I end up stitching on. I think at the beginning of this channel I wasn't stitching on a lot of my mermaids, but I've been looking back at my mermaid chart parade and I have all these things, and I'm also going to be getting the mermaid box from Autumn Lane Stitchery. So I'm really looking on having more mermaids on the go for next year. And my Hate is also a mermaid, so we'll see how that goes. Hate stopped supporting Selena Fennick, but I love her designs. The Hate that I have is Selena Fennick based on her artwork. And I know that I think Thread Geeks is carrying her charts now, so maybe I'll have to look over at their website and see if there's some Selena Fennick designs that they have charted so far. I think they're still planning on adding some more, but they've already charted some of her artwork and put it up there. And some of them are mermaids, so maybe I can look at those and decide which one I want to start. Okay, this is officially bye. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. Until next time, hopefully I'll have some finishes to show you and we can start moving forward with our plans on our charts. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye!